So next stage, we've done the majority of work on the screen. That's what you're going to be using day to day. The other screen you're going to be using is options. Bottom left hand corner, press. So as it says, we've got lock, passenger occupancy, end trip, duty summary, trip summary, log off. So lock is if you're leaving the bus anywhere and you nip into the toilet, nipping off the bus for a short period and expected to come back on your bus, just press lock. Activity will be suspended. Like a mobile phone, it'll just lock your screen, so nobody can get on your bus and start issuing unlawful weeklies, day tickets, etc. You can log on as a different driver if needed. If for whatever reason you've gone on a break and another driver's using your bus for whatever reason, you can just log on as another driver. Or press resume, so you're back off from wherever you've been, press resume and it'll ask for your PIN. Okay, and you're back to where you left off. Passenger occupancy, as it says on the tin, how many passengers you got on your bus. You can reset to 0 and just continue. You're back. So options, then we got end trip. So end trip, press it, and that's merely inbound, outbound. You've got to your terminus, you're coming back to Warrington, or vice versa. So you're on a 14, accept. Again, it's got your passenger occupancy. If you've taken over the bus from anyone else, check that. If that's okay, just continue. Then you're back to where you started. And just carry on with your duty. So options again. You've got abort trip. All that will do is take you back. You may have pressed the wrong one. You might have wanted that one instead. Then accept, just carry on the sequence again. So you don't have to log out if you've made a mistake on your trip, you've pressed the wrong one, etc. You just go to options, abort trip. Next, trip summary. As it says, what you've taken on that trip. You can print it. And duty summary. It'll show what you've taken, what you've annulled, what you've sold, and you can print if need be. Back. Then we've got log off. As it says, you're finishing your day or you're finishing your first half, just press log off. Once you've logged off, you'll get your way bill. That with your totals, you need to cash in. Also, you'll get a little QR code. You need to keep this if you're going home on a split, etc., or a long break, or even just a short break. You need to keep it because you need this to log back in. This is storing your first half data, if you like. So you're coming back onto your bus now. So driver number. If you remember this stage in the beginning, now we don't skip, we add the QR code, we scan it, just like that. Add your PIN, then it'll take you to your defect checklist again. So again, history, and if you noticed, I'm on the check history. So I checked this bus at 9:35. So you will know who's checked it. If there's any issues, you'll know if I've reported anything or whoever before you's reported anything. So technically it's just your digital defect card. If everything's okay or you need to add anything, go to checklist, just add what you need to add. Sign and accept. Then you go to your duties again. The top one is details of your first half, so you're back there. Pick your new duty, accept. Then you're back to there. So you're on a 17, accept. Passenger occupancy, everything's okay, continue. Then you're back to start your trip. Back to options, that was your log off. So next we'll move to more. More. So from options, I'll just take you through it. So from the main page, options, more. This is just a few more menus. You've got messages, click on there. Checklist, you can go back to your checklist or defect card whenever you like. If you need to add something during the day, maybe an interior light's gone out, obviously nothing serious. If there is anything serious, critical, you should ring the depot or an engineer to get confirmation if you can carry on. Minor interior light out, for example, go back to your checklist as you would write on your card now. So you're just doing it in a different format. Back and it's under checklist. Inspector, don't worry about that, you don't need to go into there. Com status, that will just give you an of the network. Nothing really you need to worry about. No messages, you won't really use this. Log incident, hopefully you don't really need to use this. It's insurance details, you can print. That will have a ticket, that will show our insurance details. It'll have your number on, time, where you are, all insurance details. Use this if need be, as if you have an incident, minor or not, print this, because this will help, and I suggest you add it to your insurance form, your accident form, because it'll have all the details on there. Also, customer service, print. If you do have an issue, it's got customer service number, details, email, and a little message saying sorry you've experienced any issues with our service. So again, all details are logged and so there to be used. Test print, as it says, just a little test print ticket. If you may be having issues with the printer, there's a test print. Reboot, as it says, just press reboot and basically it just starts the system again. It'll just log off the machine and restart it. It's a long, not too long, not as long as the process on the Wayfarers, but it will take about 3 minutes to reboot. If you need to use it for whatever reason. And contact ticketer. These are all deactivated, you can't contact ticketer by yourself. Any problems with the ticket machine, contact your supervisors or engineering, etc., or Gareth Mead or myself, and we'll deal with it that way. Don't be contacting ticketer, it's deactivated anyway, so your messages will just be in limbo. Right, bottom menus. As you can see, you've got the time and the date in a square box. Press it and it'll bring up a larger time and date, well, a larger time and seconds. So you can leave that on until you press it and it'll come off. So press it, check the seconds, press it again, it'll come off. Also, I need to show you this square box. If you look here, there's red and 2 ambers. As you're approaching a timing point, if you are early, the box will go red. If you are orange, this is the 1 minute 60-second, increment, what do you call it? The 60-second leeway thing before it's basically a 60-second countdown before you leave. So if it's orange, it'll go 30 seconds, then a minute, then 30 seconds, then it'll go back to normal. then you're allowed to carry on. Basically you're on time. If it's red, stay at your bus stop. You can get to the bus if it happens. If you're at the bus stop early, that's fine. Just do not leave the bus stop early. So if it's red, it's an indication that you are early. Orange, it's the 1 minute countdown until you're allowed to leave. So that's the clock. These are just statuses. Printer status, it's okay. Smart card, Wi-Fi, GPS, and messages. So it's got a messaging system. You can do messages under options, more, and messages, but the majority will be used through this, just pressing this here. So you will get a message because radios will be going. So you'll get a message through, it'll show red and the number 1, 2, 3, etc. So just press on the envelope and it'll come on messages. It will say either 1, 2 or 3, whatever messages for myself, whoever's using the bus. Press messages and it will come up. So I've had a message on the first from Gareth, a welcome. So I just click on the message, press read. There's the message, go through it. I can print the message if I need to, if it's some important information I need, or I can just reply. Press reply, there's default messages, yes, space, no, space, understood, space, or I can write your message, thanks. Then all you do is just submit, and that will send the message back to the sender.
Can you stay later today?
If I go back, you can press compose. So I'll press compose. It's got a reason of comment, so a callback required, running late, etc. These are just titles. So you can put traffic issues. Press accept. You can put try and be brief. You know, it's not an essay. You know, number. Ooh, compose. Press it. Number 5. Diverted. Divert. For example, then just press submit. When you do this, that message will come through to the desk at the bus station or the depot, to the supervisor's computer. Regardless of driver, service or vehicle, from this machine they're deactivated. So you can't be messaging another driver, another service. It will always just go to the desk computer. The supervisors, desk staffs, office staff can send an individual message to a driver. So don't worry if we send a message to you. It might be a personal message, and don't worry, all the other drivers won't be able to receive it. We can send individual messages. We can send a message to a particular service or a particular vehicle, but you can't from the machine. Nobody can from the machine. So that's just under compose, and take it from there. So go back to your main screen. That's under messages. This button here is nothing, that's just a tag, advertisement thing. So that's that screen.